Okay, good morning. Now that we're through Inkscape and GIMP, we're going to start moving toward more project-based assignments and more of an application of what you've learned so far. The first thing we're going to do for that is actually go into desktop publishing, which involves finishing and binding a product. To actually make the product, though, we're going to end up doing it in Google Slides. Best way to do it is open up just a new web browser tab right here, go to those 9 dots at the top right, and choose Slides. You want to choose a blank presentation. Then you want to go to File, Page Setup, and choose a custom size. The size is going to be 11 by 8.5, the size of a standard piece of paper. To make things easy for us, we'll also go to Format, or go to Slide, Apply Layout, and choose Blank. Now everything's set the way we want it to be. This page here, slide number 1, is going to be our front cover. The first thing we want to do is create a text box somewhere down here toward bottom right. It's going to include your name, intro to graphics, the day of the project starting, January 11th, 2021. Font, you can make modifications to that. I'm more than fine with that. Barbados 18. Leave it there. We'll bring in graphics in a few minutes. You then want to go over to the left-hand side here, create a new slide. Again, change background, make it blank. Or apply a layout, make it a blank layout. You then want to create a text box somewhere in here that just says the word month, preferably all in caps. I've already set a tone with Arbutus, so I'll stick with that. Font, again, is your decision. Our next slide, slide 3, we're going to put in a new, go ahead and duplicate the slide. I'm going to dump this. In this slide, we want to place in an 8-row, 7-column table. So go to Insert, Table, 7 columns, 8 rows. Top row, we want to actually have a slightly shorter height than the other rows. And up here, we'll go ahead and type in the days of the week. Some other things I like to do to set this row apart are to make this text bold and choose a font that's consistent with what we did before. It can be slightly different. Bold, make sure it's centered. You can also go to this paint bucket here and apply a slightly different background color. I'll go with red for the first one, then the text will change to white. That font don't work. I'm going to try a different font. Okay, that works. Now, having done that, we can go ahead and use what we've made there. Select both cells, hold down the Shift key to do it. Right-click, choose Copy, go to the end, and click Paste. And keep pasting until you have a total of 25 slides. There we go. Okay, let's click slide 25. Put in a new slide at the very end. Make sure it's got a blank layout. Perfect. That's your back page of slide number 26. So we'll scroll back up to slides number 2 and 3. Slide 1, I'm going to rename that January. I know I want this to have a unified theme, and I'll make the unified theme going to be Disney World just because that's what I want to go with. Open up a new tab, do a quick picture on construction. Disney World construction. Go to images, and I think we talked about this before, but when you're looking for the most high detailed image you can find, which means you want to go to tools, size, large. You can stick with any size, but ideally you want ones that are going to have pretty high resolution. And the one I want to go with, I need a good one. Actually, I'm going to go back to the plain one. Look how some of the resolutions here are. Resolution can be a mighty tricky thing. Like this one's 500 by 351. That's probably too small. 7 by 555. I'm going to try that one. The larger, the better, though, because you're going to print these large size, and every single year, by far the biggest thing that people lose points on is choosing really bad pictures. Go to copy image. Over here. Paste it in there. Resize it. You'll see it covers up the month. That's not a good thing. So we need to right-click on this picture, choose Order, and then choose Send to Back. Now our month's visible. Color doesn't work, so we'll change that. Let's try our text color to white to see if that works. White doesn't work either. Let's try a blue. Okay, that pops out a little bit. So you want to have a unified theme throughout your calendar. Then you want to add in dates. This month started on Friday, so 1. Now, you put enough rows in there to make sure you can pretty much account for any month or any combination of days throughout the year for each month. We have an extra row now. So you can go ahead and select on that row, right-click and choose Delete Row. You don't need that row anymore. Now I'm going to select all the rows that we have dates in and then stretch the calendar out. And that does exactly what I needed to do, which means the squares for the days are bigger. The row up top here, that height didn't change. We didn't want that height to change. Now you also want to add markers for holidays. So you want to search for a clip art that's going to work for you, or just put it in by text. It's your call how you want to put it in there. I'm going to go with Disney because obviously I'm going with that idea. Okay, and there we are. I'm going to grab that one. Copy image. Go ahead and shrink it down and drop that somewhere on the first. I want to be sure all important holidays are marked. As far as how to find out the days, different months of days, you go down to the little box here at the bottom corner. You can bring it up that way. Up here, you can also type in calendar, 2021 calendar. You can bring up all the dates that way. But that gives you an idea how you're going to do this. What I like to do as well is select the whole thing. Right now, there's a gray border. I'm going to make it a black border so it's a lot more visible. There we are. Now, you have some time to get this done. Pretty much all this week, you're going to be working on this. Next week, when you come back in, you're going to be printing it. So the focus this week is to get the calendar done. Something for all 12 months. Make sure all holidays are marked, either by text or by some kind of clip art. Make sure it's a unified theme. Be sure you can have see those boxes. Be sure everything is visible. When you get back in here, your job is going to be to print it and bind it. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon.